Well, we're going to play with something new here. The cross shafts, I need to cut a flat spot in. Like that, you know. And then do the holes and that stuff. So basically, I don't, you can see that a little bit. This one's bad. I screwed up the threads on it. So this is going to be the first piece. So these are basically the soft jaws that I have in there right now. Nothing special, just, you know, 2x6x1 with a 1/8 inch deep 1/4 inch notch. And the only reason I modeled that into the jaws was because I wanted to see exactly, I wanted to make sure that I grabbed above center. Okay, so I basically just positioned this in here, called it good, and then what I did, if we turn off them, I needed this riser block. Okay, and I made it so that it's a T that goes down between the two saddles or the sides or whatever on the that the jaws, you know, that the body rides on, whatever. So that's the first piece I'm going to make here. And I originally designed it to certain dimensions, and then I found that I had this piece of stock that's just a hair smaller, but it's like, you know, it was 98% the right size. So I just changed my dimensions in there and did that. And I'm going to try something new here. And if I shut the body back off, oh, I got to turn the sketch. Well, let's just run through the toolpath there real quick. Whoop. Let's pick the toolpath and then run through it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the stock off. I got the toolpaths off too, so that when I start this, oh wait, I do want to show the stock, I just don't want it transparent. There we go. Okay, so these counter bores are so that when the holes are done on the cross shaft, I won't be cutting into aluminum. Okay, just a little clearance recess there. And just a contour cut here just to take it down to the size. A little chamfering there. And then this is the new part. I decided to do a little engraving on it, see how this comes out. And basically just putting the name on it, you know, cross shaft riser block 9/2016. I haven't done any engraving whatsoever. I'm just using the chamfer tool, so hopefully that'll do the trick okay. It's aluminum, so I figure it shouldn't really hurt it too bad. So there's op 1. Then if I go ahead and turn it over, we can do op 2 here. And we'll just look at that real quick. Whoops. Fairly heavy face cut there, but the Superfly will handle the depth without any problem. And the original cut is actually above, so they'll overlap. So even though this stock is here, it's actually not going to be there. And so I read something the other day, and they said, you know, the pros model their stock. And what I'm wondering is so then for like the second operation, would I take and actually model how it looks afterwards? Do I, you know, would I need to do that? Make this part below here, you know, the same shape and that stuff. Obviously, I don't need to do the counter bores and stuff like that, the pockets that are on the bottom there, but I don't know if that's a common thing to do, because I set the stock the same as the first op, because then that way it showed the extra of the stock that overhangs, that got cut off in the contour on op 1. Okay, and I left 20 thou all the way around there, and now I'm cutting 30 above axial. And no engraving on this side, no point. but I figured I would go ahead and chamfer it just to cut off any see, so like right here, if I had it modeled, you know, the way it really would look, then I wouldn't get that right there. But I know the stock's not there, so do I worry about it or not? And I put a 20 thousandths fillet on all the vertical corners, so that way I don't have to worry about trying to clean those up or chamfer them. So this is going to make the bracket. It's going to do a face cut, going to do a couple of bores. This will be my first shot at engraving. So it's a one-off part, so provided everything goes okay, this will be the only footage kind of thing. So that's a little thinner. That's more like it. Chamfering's always one of my favorite, and this time there's a little twist. I'm going to do some engraving. Ooh. First step was going to be about that big too. Okay, so how this is supposed to work. Oh, nice. Except that because I ran at 30 thou above, I got a lip there that just... it sits on top of that lip. That's no good. But I love my registration, but I'm really tickled with that. What it'll do is it'll sit in here like this, and then it'll hold this. I'll get it semi-situated, and then I'll stick some kind of stop in here or registration so I know where to put it when I flip it over or whatever. But that's there. Then I can clamp it in the jaw and I can do my machining to this, which will probably have to happen tomorrow.